Bienvenidos a los 50 años de Fiesta del Sol. Desde aquí, la casa de Pilsen Neighbors Community Council, el organizador del festival latino más grande de su tipo en el país. Les damos la bienvenida al inicio de la semana aniversaria de la Fiesta del Sol. Everybody knows Fiesta del Sol for its music, food, rides, and enjoyment. But do you know when, why, and how Fiesta del Sol was born? Get ready for a quick history lesson about Fiesta del Sol. I, together with community leaders and Fiesta del Sol founders, are going to tell you the history of Pilsen Neighbors Community Council and how Fiesta del Sol started back in 1973. Now, let's get into it. Fiesta del Sol, the largest Latino festival of its kind in the country, celebrated its first edition 50 years ago in 1973. What started as a block party to celebrate the organizing of a much-needed high school in the Pilsen neighborhood has grown over the years, becoming one of Chicago's premier summer festivals, with over 1.2 million visitors during its 4 days of activities. But why don't we hear from the voice of our community leaders and Fiesta del Sol founders, who will tell us more about it.
I joined Pilsen Neighbors, was a very young girl, probably in 1959. My husband was the director at that time, and my mother were the founders of Fiesta del Sol. They're the ones that came up with the idea and put on this event, and they did it for 3 reasons. They wanted to raise money. They wanted to celebrate all the victories that we were realizing through Pilsen Neighbors, and they wanted to somehow create an event that would make people proud of who they were. There was a lot of abuse going on in the schools, racism against brown-skinned children, and so there was plenty of reason, right, to get organized. And then Frobel happened, and Frobel School was this raggedy school down the street. There was a confrontation between the neighborhood and the police. It really created the fight for, we're sick and tired of our children having to go to this rundown high school. So many of the campaigns we were engaged in were what we wanted to celebrate. And my mom and my husband decided, what about a street party? Let's just have a street party. And it was the first time we gave a report to the community of our victories. We had a flatbed that Ryerson Steel lent us, and they came and put it there so we could use it like a stage. And we had a little ugly little sound system that wasn't very good that someone lent us. And it's really wonderful. And we probably made, I don't know, $8,000 to $10,000, which we really needed. But the first thing that people said is, are we going to do this again? So by the second year, it had a name. Greg and my mother named it Fiesta del Sol.
It was very organic. And soon it became a place, a festival that everybody wanted to come to. We didn't have like sponsors, or we had companies that would help us. Like there was a company, an electrical company that helped us with the lighting, but that was very person to person. I think that's why Fiesta del Sol is so much into the hearts of the young people that are now, you know, in their 60s. It becomes like a family treasure that you keep in your heart, Fiesta del Sol.
Now that we know more about the origins of our beloved festival, have you ever asked yourself, who organizes Fiesta del Sol? Why don't we talk about Pilsen Neighbors Community Council?
I think collectively, Pilsen Neighbors has brought improvements to a community, along with many organizations that in the 70s began to open up, like El Valor grew out of Pilsen Neighbors 18th Street Development, and other organizations created different organizations with another mission, other needs. That's why Pilsen today is one of the richest neighborhoods in terms of resources.
Pilsen Neighbors Community Council's mission is to provide leadership training that empowers organizations and members of the community to effectively advocate for themselves, their families, and for the benefit of the community as a whole. One of our current community leaders is Juana Medina, who first got involved with PNCC as a parent and later became a community organizer.
Soy madre de una hija que se considera sorda ella, pero sí escucha un poco. Aparte de eso, ella también tiene una discapacidad física. Hasta en ese momento, una de mis mayores preocupaciones como persona y como madre era el futuro de ella. Yo había visto la falta de recursos y la falta de oportunidades para la comunidad sorda, específicamente y especialmente la comunidad sorda latina. Entonces, en el momento en que yo escuché y después aprendí del poder, cuando te conviertes en un líder, pude entender las oportunidades de cambiar ese futuro no solamente para mi hija, pero también para otros dentro de la comunidad sorda. Hasta en ese momento yo no había tenido la oportunidad de ser una organizadora comunitaria a la definición que yo podía ver con Pilsen Neighbors, que es relacionarte con la comunidad y encontrar un fin común, interés propio tanto tuyo como el de la comunidad.
Our staff not only work during the year-round tasks. During July, all of us become a task force, together with our group of volunteers that organize the Fiesta del Sol. Ana Padilla was for many years a PNCC and Fiesta del Sol coordinator. She talks about how PNCC changed her life.
Fiesta del Sol was something that was very known in the community. Someone told me that we're looking for just a summer position to work Fiesta. It was supposed to be just for the summer, and it lasted 12 years. What I would always tell people is that Fiesta doesn't happen in a vacuum. Fiesta is a showcase of all the work that we did year-round. It's around the community organizing work that we did and highlighting that. It's about connecting people to resources and making sure that that's available and accessible for people. I think that there was a lot of work that we did. I would say that was one like my biggest impact is helping people apply for DACA. There's a lot of people out there trying to take advantage of our community, and being able to connect people to a resource or even helping them apply for DACA was a big thing. Fiesta is obviously, it's about come enjoy, it's about showing culture, music, food, but it's the core of it is the resources.
Now that we have talked about Fiesta del Sol and PNCC, what is left? Well, at PNCC, we're always working in the present, but we're always looking towards the future. And how does that future look like? Well, there's only one answer.
Here at Pilsen Neighbors Community Council, we have a huge opportunity to continue to invest in the development of the community, not only in Pilsen, but citywide with the building of the new Leadership Development Institute. The LDI building will function not only as a building for our community, but as a transformational institute. This brand new transformational building will be formed by 4 different pillars. The first one being Community Education Center, which is working alongside higher ed institutions such as Malcolm X College to create educational pathways for traditional, non-traditional, and underrepresented students and educators in our community. We're securing resources and training that would empower them in their career and creating a pipeline to secure job opportunities for a better quality of life. The second pillar is the Academy of Parents in Leadership, or APL, which trains parent leaders from our community in the socio-emotional and economic factors that impact the success of their children within the schools, as well as the parents' own success. It's an opportunity to be able to coexist with other parents and community members, to participate and lead training sessions that instill leadership growth inside and outside of our schools. The third pillar is the Latino Legal Institute, which involves restorative justice to advocate for fairness, humanity, and equity throughout the transformational justice system, with a primary focus on those affected by the system. A space that offers pro bono legal services on different issues that our community may face, which include immigration, reinstating driver's licenses, and expunging cannabis records. The final pillar, Fiesta del Sol, which is the largest Latino festival in the country, organized by the community for the community. Fiesta del Sol works as an economic engine for local and citywide vendors, with more than 1.2 million visitors during the 4 days of the festival. In addition, Fiesta del Sol attendees can obtain valuable information on the different expositions that the festival offers, including immigration, housing, employment, and health. Fiesta del Sol has been the iconic Pilsen Festival for 49 years And this year, we're proud to celebrate the 50th anniversary.
Muchas gracias por quedarse hasta el final y compartir con nosotros estos minutos. Ahora que ya conocemos un poco más de Fiesta del Sol, de sus organizadores Pilsen Neighbors Community Council y de la nueva casa de PNCC, el Leadership Development Institute, solo me queda una cosa por decir. Nos vemos en la fiesta.
Felicidades a Fiesta del Sol por su 50 aniversario.
Felices 50 años a Fiesta del Sol y por su liderazgo e impacto en la comunidad.
Feliz 50 aniversario, Fiesta del Sol.
¡Feliz 50 años, Fiesta del Sol!